It's Wednesday, 29th of April, and welcome to KitPlus Daily. We do need to keep reminding you in every show that we are social distancing. We have many new viewers each day, so if you've not seen it before, rest assured we are about 30 miles apart from each other.
Yep, and although the sunny weather seems to have left the UK for a while, we have a guest today full of warmth and enthusiasm who I'm sure will lift your spirits and enlighten you to some great new technology.
That's all coming up after the news. And don't forget, if you have news you want aired on the show, then just send it to the KitPlus press room. The link is on screen. You'll also find a nice little help video there as well.
Cooke Optics has added to its offering of full-frame lenses with new models in its S7i and anamorphic eye full-frame plus ranges. This includes the addition of 3 new 1:1 macro lenses. The 1:1 macro full-frame plus models are a new branch of its S7i family, and there's the 60mm, 90mm, 150mm, and all of them T2.5. The 60mm has a close focus of 55mm, the 90mm focuses to 114mm, and the 150mm to 172mm. They've also added a 3mm lens T3.3 to the range. So these S7i models are designed to cover full-frame cinema camera sensors up to at least the full sensor area of the Red 8K.
And Amazon Web Services, AWS to you and me, has announced the AWS Elemental Link, a compact device to support multiple applications in live video environments and contribute high-quality video into the cloud. Users can now connect to an HD, SDI, or HDMI input source and their IP network, access the video on AWS console for processing with AWS Elemental Media Live, and within minutes stream to viewers without concern about available bandwidth. The plug-in Go AWS Elemental Link device costs $995 US. This now makes it easy and cost-effective to transport live video in real time from on-premise cameras and other production equipment to the cloud for processing and delivery to televisions and other connected devices.
And Atomos and Panasonic have today made the dream of ultra-high resolution RAW video from a full-frame mirrorless camera a reality. The two companies have announced updates to the award-winning Ninja 5 HDR monitor recorder and the Panasonic Lumix S1H that together record 5.9K Apple ProRes RAW files direct from the camera sensor. This is up to 5.9K at 29.97 frames per second and full frame, in full frame of course, and 4K 59.94 frames a second in the Super 35 crop. The resulting ProRes RAW files allow for greater creativity in post-production and are ideal for both HDR and SDR workflows.
So that's the news for today. And now it's time for our guest, Bryce Button from AJA. Welcome to the show. Now, I guess it's only sensible to ask at this point, how's AJA dealing with the current situation?
Well, thank you. Nice to be here. So, like a majority of companies, we're obviously dealing with the struggles of an unprecedented situation. But I think we're handling it pretty well. All our staff is still engaged. We have a lot of staff obviously working from home. The factory is up and running. Obviously with skeletal crews on separate shifts. All our support lines are available. All our development continues. But things are obviously moving along at a slightly lower pace. And we're dealing with realities of supply chains and certification. But things move along, and everyone's been completely engaged, and of course dealing with the stresses of children at home and that kind of thing.
Yeah, of course.
Now, Bryce, we spoke at length at ISE about your HDR analyzer and streaming. Is there sort of any technical updates on those?
Yeah, so the image analyzer that we discussed is the 12V version, 12G version, not V. And the key thing there, and the reason for bringing it out, of course, was to simplify 4K workflows. So if you look at the analysis across the industry in the last 12 months, there's been a 5 times increase in 4K platforms, whether traditional or OTT. And alongside that, there's been about a 35% increase in HDR presentations. So it's been a critical box to have out there, because really knowing what you're doing as you go along throughout the process is essential. And this box is specifically designed for HDR real-time analysis. So it's been useful for live workflows as well as post workflows, and is really speeding up production. As we've all had to deal with the stay-at-home aspects, streaming, of course, has become incredibly important and valuable. And we are blessed to have a wide portfolio of streaming products. So we've got stuff as simple as UTAP HDMI SDI products, which effectively you plug into your laptop or your desktop, and it shows up in place of your webcam that's built in, so it allows people to use better lensing, all that kind of stuff. We have the standalone Hilo that does the encoding, recording, as well as delivery to CDNs. It's been extremely popular. But then, much like yourselves, there are people doing slightly more sophisticated workflows, and that's across a range of industries, whether it's sports, trying to do things like drafts, whether it's houses of worship, etc., where you're going to have perhaps multiple sources. And so our Kona desktop cards and our I/O products, which are Thunderbolt-based products, work in conjunction with software like vMix or Telestream Widecast. And so we've obviously seen a huge amount of demand for all of these elements. And we continue to get out software both for these types of products so that we can make things simpler, provide even more compatibility. And we just recently released the desktop software update just last week again to ensure that people are as current as they can be. Because a lot of people have used these products already for their normal editing, color work, and so on. And now they've been forced to obviously work in streaming and collaborative workflows.
That's great. Thanks very much. So over the last week or 2 weeks or so, have there been any particular case studies or user studies that you can tell us about?
Yeah, we've had actually a pretty big increase in case studies across the last 12 months, but the last few weeks as well, because we reached out to our client base. We looked at what we were seeing on social media, since obviously many are communicating through there. And we discovered a wide range of use cases that are outside of the normal broadcasting norm. Things like streaming obviously being used by the medical community to help deal with all sorts of things, analysis of client cases, continuing uses in surgery, that type of thing. But even traditional broadcasters. So we've heard from and seen user case studies where people are using the streaming products to actually look at their multi-viewers, which are, of course, still in the facilities or broadcaster, but they're streaming that combined stream of multi-viewers to their homes so that they can remotely control that equipment, and they know if they've got problems, whether they need to adjust things, etc. So you'll find a lot of those user cases on AJA.com just under news, and we've got use cases there with a couple more cases coming out again this week. So yes, life continues on. We're just adjusting both ourselves in terms of capabilities we provide to people. And I think end users are being extremely creative dealing with what is logistically a slightly difficult environment right now.
So Bryce, obviously at NAB, you're renowned for having one of the most extravagant, largest stands that we can see on there. I mean, it's absolutely rammed with people. So in the absence of NAB, how are you guys spreading the word on new products and updates, etc.?
So in a nutshell, we're using all platforms, social media through to our website. Our website in general will be utilized to announce and provide little webinars and so on as we go forward with the announcements over the next couple of months. We've also realize that this is a great time to educate people, and we've expanded our solutions pages. So that would just be aja.com/solutions, and that's covering everything from streaming to HDR to 8K, which is coming, plus a number of other elements like 12G SDI. I've been kind of surprised watching the website numbers at just how much interest there is in 12G SDI, which has been really intriguing. So we continue forward. We will bring out our products and announce them as they're available. And I really thank you for allowing me to join you today.
Bryce, brilliant. Thank you. It's been
Bryce.
pleasure speaking with you. And thank you for coming on KitPlus Daily.
Thank you very much. Hope you guys stay safe and well.
So if you've been watching the show over the last week or so and wondering how you can take part, then you can get in touch, and the email link is on the screen now. We'd love to hear from you.
And of course, many of our guests also are exhibitors at the KitPlus show, which the next venue is in Manchester on November the 10th. More details about who's there and who is likely to be coming up on the website kitplusshow.co.uk.
So that's it from us today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow, where we'll have more news and, of course, our daily special guest. Goodbye.
Yeah, we need the outtakes, John. We need the outtakes just in case anybody does listen to the end. Unlikely, but you never know.
Yeah, I might start recording it. I've got just set up one of my Hyperdeck Minis, which can record H.264 straight away. So I might.
Oh, that'd be good.
I also might set it up whereby try and get it to automatically offload when I record. Start offloading down my other broadband to the Dropbox. So I'll have a look at that. All time.
Can you set it up to give Matt a shave as well?
Nah.
Yeah, it's starting to get on my nerves.
My issue is it's
probably going to happen by default anyway.
Both Matt and I are going to have to eventually start doing something with our raggedy hair over the next weeks. It's going to get.
Yeah.
Well, I'm having a COVID-19 haircut on Wednesday morning.
Are you? I can't do it.
In the garden. I've got my clippers arriving.
I see. I cut hair anyway, so I cut my son's hair. That's all fine. I won't cut Joy's hair, but of course Joy's now going, "Oh, I'll cut your hair. I've got the clippers and everything like this," and it's like, "Oh no!" But I might just.
No. Georgina did mine once on holiday in France, and she'd had a glass or two of rosé, and she forgot to put the guard on, and just went straight at the back of my head. Ruined my holiday.
Yeah.
Couldn't go out.
I know the feeling. Right. Here we go. Let's do one.
Okay.
Right.
Matt, this is you starting, mate.
Go for it.
I know.
In your own time.
Fucking hell.